Welcome back to another episode of
Cinema Crack.
Where we review movies and we
give you our honest opinion.
Talk shit about them and let you know. First of all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, those little buttons that are right there. Also follow us on our social media pages such as Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Beblo, MySpace, Zanga, MocoSpace, Google Plus, Google Hangouts,
Amazon.
I am. Email. Is that it? Telephone? Landline. Mail.
You've got mail.
All the above. Whatever you got.
Yeah. Also, shout out to you guys. Ever since our first video, what do we have, like 200,000 followers?
It's like 1.5 million.
1.5 million followers.
Yeah.
That kind of jazz. We're getting paid now.
After our first video.
Yeah.
I mean, look at us now.
We got money. Money. No, that's not why we do this. We donate that money to Hollywood to make better movies. So, anyways, let's get on with this thing. Today we have with us Synchronic. Ooh. Is it a horror film?
Is it a sci-fi film?
Is it a scat jazz film festival movie? Who knows? No, what it really is it is a movie that IMDb classifies it as drama, horror, and mystery, which I guess all those apply, but they forgot the big one, sci-fi.
Yeah.
It's very sci-fi. So the movie is called Synchronic. It is currently on Netflix, and it's been on Netflix pretty much since it came out of theaters.
Yeah.
It was released in 2019. It was rated R. However you do that. R. Because there's nudity and... Wait, is there some nudity, is there?
No. I mean, I wouldn't think anything like...
This is cussing and violence, really. You know,
drug use, I think that's like the most dramatic thing out
jazz.
of it. But yeah, it came out in 2019, and actually we saw it in 2020. Mm-hmm. We're thinking it got pushed back.
Hold on
like
ASMR. Oh, yeah. Okay.
We're thinking it got pushed back, like in release dates due to COVID and stuff.
No, it did get pushed back.
Oh, it did. Never mind. It did. We ended up seeing it maybe like 6 months after COVID had happened. It was like our first movie venture out into the world because we, were
it was great
quarantining. Yeah.
There's nobody in that theater.
Oh my gosh, we had our masks on. Nobody was near us. Like
I don't think there's another person in that theater. Maybe one person. I remember we were looking around. I was like, dang,
yeah, nobody's here. Yeah,
that was badass.
We had missed the movie so much, and I told him every week. I was like, I just miss going to the movies.
Yeah, I mean, movies are awesome.
Yeah,
good times.
But the fact that this was our first movie back, like in theaters watching, was the best. Like,
I mean, it was COVID times. I mean, we didn't think we'd ever go back. Because you think movies, you're like, damn, there's germs everywhere,
Exactly.
But they did a good job of sanitizing. Mm-hmm. Now those standards are pretty much policy, so that's a good thing.
And then at the time, like, movies that were being released, like, were just crap. There was nothing out. And so we were looking online to see, like, what we were going to watch at home, and he saw this trailer, and... it said that it was in theaters. We're like, should we go? Like, should we go out into the world and watch it? And we did, and we do not regret it. Mm-hmm. We were safe, of course. We kept our distance and wore a mask, but this movie, best movie to come back into the world for us. But it's starring, let's see. It is starring Anthony Mackie. You know him from the Avengers. Any of the Marvel fans out there know him. And then Jamie Dornan, I always want to say Dornan. All the ladies know him from 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh.
You've seen those movies and read those books, ladies. I did. And so, yeah, if you want to go into...
the synopsis of the movie.
Yeah.
So, it stars them two. They are paramedics from, let's see, I think it is
Louisiana.
Oh, no, New Orleans. Yeah, Louisiana, but they're in New Orleans. They're paramedics, and their lives are about to be ripped apart after they encounter a series of horrific deaths linked to a designer drug with bizarre, otherworldly effects. That's from my mind, from my brain, my memory. No, I just read it right here. So basically, the new designer drug comes out. It's sweeping through the town. They're paramedics, so they're going to see firsthand, the damage that it's doing, and in fact, it's killing people in bizarre ways.
Yeah.
Like, okay, there's going to be spoilers in this review, so there's going to be spoilers. I don't know what to tell you.
You should still watch it, though.
But you need to still watch this movie. So in these deaths, there's artifacts from like different time periods, like a knife or some old French door from like whatever, and stuff like that. So it's already pretty bizarre. And you go into this movie not really knowing much. They don't give you much context or background.
Yeah.
They just throw you right in right off the bat. So it's like pretty mysterious right off the bat. Why it's that's why it has a mystery label on it. But soon after that, more people start taking this drug. They get more calls. They get a little curious about it. And it's supposed to be like a DMT-like drug, alters your mind. Apparently it works on the pineal gland, the little pine cone at the center of our brains that produce melatonin, which in turn regulates our biological clock, allowing the user to experience time as it actually is, rather than linear, one event after another, way we normally experience it. Ooh.
Scientific.
Yeah. So what ends up happening is one of the main characters,
Jamie Dornan's character,
Dornan character, his daughter takes this drug, and she's like 16 or 17 in the movie, and she takes it at some party, and then she disappears off the face of the earth. They don't know what the hell is going on. But at the same time, the other paramedic, his partner, what's his name? Anthony Mackie, or Steve in the movie, he found out he has cancer.
It's a brain tumor.
And at the same time, he's like, this drug is just like bugging him. So he's trying to stop people from buying it. So he goes to stores and buys up the whole lot, or whatever. So one night he's sitting there, he's depressed. He starts looking at the drug, and he decides to take it, and it transports him back into time, into you get transported back into time at Do you want to explain it, how they explain it in the movie? So
the way that and later on in the movie, the creator of the drug goes to Anthony Mackie's house because he saw that he bought the rest of it, and he's trying to get it back from him, and he's explaining what's going on. And if you want to pull up the quote, he says he grabs one of his vinyls. So I got one of our vinyls. I thought I'd do Pink Floyd's
Trippy, bro.
Dark Side of the Moon. So he does this in the movie, and he goes, explanation. So you drop the needle on the song that you want to play, but they're always there. These tracks are like time. He goes, Synchronic is a needle. So of course, the songs are imprinted on this forever. Synchronic is a needle.
So that's time.
Time is a needle.
Time, and then
no. Time is a song.
Yeah.
Synchronic is a needle. So they're getting dropped into time.
So say you take the drug over here in Florida. Say we're in Texas right now, so if you take it in our exact spot right here, you take the drug and that's the needle. So it's going to play that song or that time period wherever you're at. Mm-hmm. So you'll get transported back into that time period, whatever it may be, whatever happened right here. But they don't really say what affects that, what actual time you go back into,
Yeah, I mean, there is, later on, he does research and, trials. He takes the drug and he realizes that in one spot, he's in the Stone Age. Mm-hmm. Another spot, he's in, 1800, or 1900, sorry.
And then, the French...
South.
The South, and then just different time periods.
And then, he's in a swamp with a conquistador looking mm-hmm. straight at him. Mm-hmm. So... It doesn't really, specify too much about that, but I would once the creator of the drug said that, it just
really makes a lot more sense.
Made so much sense.
But without giving the whole movie away, that's pretty much the synopsis of the movie. I mean, it's enough to intrigue you. It should be enough to intrigue you. It pretty much encapsulated us from beginning to end, which leads us into our next segment, which is what we liked about it, what we liked, what we didn't like about the movie. What I liked about it is the cinematography, the slow, ominous, like panning shots. Like they're beautiful, beautiful shots. The imagery, like the visuals that they have in there, they spared no expense. This is a high budget movie.
Yeah.
This is a high budget, low key movie. There's explosions, there's special effects, all kind of stuff like that, blood, gore, but it's beautifully shot. It's well put together. The cast is top notch. Acting is good.
Oh yeah.
What do you think? What do you like about the movie?
I agree. The cinematography is great, especially the shot, like them being in New Orleans with all the, like just
history,
the
architecture,
yeah, and them just panning through like the town or the city and stuff. It's beautiful, like it's beautiful, and then of course like the music behind it is great. It just intrigues you. It's more
like a electronic music.
Yeah.
It's like it's like dark ominous tones and sound and stuff like that. So yeah. Oh well, like what she was saying, they're paramedics in this movie. So I like the rawness of the movie. It's like a raw movie. It's like if this drug was real, all these things that are happening would happen in this movie because it's just that raw, like gritty of a movie. That's what I liked about it a lot.
Yeah.
Especially the color grading. It's very dark and it sets the tone and the mood for the whole movie. So, I mean.
Yeah. And
then, I don't know. You got anything else?
Nothing. So I can't think of anything bad about it. I mean, what would you say? Like,
I can't either, really.
I have nothing but good things to say about this movie, really. I guess we can go into like memorable scenes. I would say the most memorable one for me that kind of had me on the edge of my seat during the trial that he goes through. He's trying to see if he can take a living thing with him. So he takes his dog on a leash with him, and he takes a drug. He goes into the early 1900s, and he's in the South. So he pops up in this man's house, and the man, this white man sees this black man sitting on his couch, and he's just furious and like kind of runs him out of his house. So he's kind of walking around with the dog, and he has a timer, and he's thinking, okay, the timer went off. I'm going to go back home. No, he's still there. He's kind of like, he glitches like for a minute, and he's just like, what the heck? So he realizes he has to go back to the same spot in order for him to go back home. So he, spends a day there and waits in like the bushes until nighttime for the owner to go to sleep. Well, him and the dog sneak into the house. He takes a drug, and he's sitting there waiting for,
the drug to have effect.
Yeah, take effect for him to go back home. The owner wakes up, and he's just yelling, and he like grabs a shotgun and he's calling for the police. Well, the Ku Klux Klan like runs in, and at the same time, the dog kind of walks towards the door. And he's like, come on, like he's trying to grab his dog. It's so sad for dog lovers. Finally, they're about to shoot him, and he's back home. Well, he sees that he still has the leash, so you think that he has the dog with them. But he kind of looks over, and the dog is like in like his window fading away, like it got out of his collar. It is so sad.
So he got lost in time.
He didn't
make it back to his time period. So.
Thinking about it just makes me want to cry.
Yeah, it's a sad moment.
It's a sad moment. I was in tears at the theater watching it. Yeah. But it's just that scene just kind of shows like the scariness of where he was at. Had you on the toes.
It's intense.
Yeah, it's intense.
It's super intense.
And then of course the dog being left in time.
And there's a lot of scenes like that. I guess my most memorable one was when he gets transported back into one of the scenes is World War I. And he gets transported right into the battle, like we're in the middle of the war, like on the battlefield. There's like bombs, explosions going off, so he has to run, and seek cover in a trench or whatever. And he has to figure out, how to get back into his time period. So in order to do that, he has to go where he came from, which is like right in the middle of the battlefield. So he's like, dodging bullets and bombs, and it's World War I. So there's not that many tactics. It was brutal. It was brutal. It was violent. This is bad.
Yeah.
So it's pretty dangerous. She's in a dangerous spot. But like the imagery and the visuals, The effects, it was
So good.
so it looked like Michael Bay, which he did all the Transformers. He's known for like huge explosions and all this obnoxious stuff, but it looked like he did that scene. But it was a pretty memorable scene.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, the whole movie is pretty memorable. Honestly, it's that good of a movie. But with that being said, I mean, I think I'd rate the movie pretty high, like 8.5 to almost a 9, because it's a solid all the way around. It's a solid movie.
I would agree. I would say 8.5 for me, just because I was on the edge of my seat the entire time and just kind of.
It's just different, right?
It's
so
different. It's
different.
something to think about. A synthetic drug that would
Disrupts your
Yeah.
pineal gland, which it basically distorts your concept of time, which allows you to travel or time travel. So yeah, like you're saying.
I mean, it's just a really cool concept.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot.
From start to finish. So I mean, there's really no complaints. I agree with that rating. It's a pretty high rating. So I don't know if we said this already, but it is on Netflix. You can watch it right now. We recommend it. Like once we're done with this video, go watch it.
Oh yeah.
It's a good one. Get some popcorn, some snacks, dim the lights. Take some drugs.
We're not condoning for you to take drugs.
Synchronic. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, it feels like kind of drug in this movie because it's like some trippy visuals too. Yeah, so
it's really good. Like it's on Netflix. You don't got to rent it. You literally just click it on, and it was trending on Netflix for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think still not enough people have watched it. I mean,
no, it's very low key.
After we watched it, we were messaging like family and friends, like, if you can go see this, go. It's great.
So that being said, go see it.
Yeah.
Again, just gotta stress to we can't do this. I mean, we can do this, but we like to get movies like this or other movies out there for people to watch because if they're low key, how are anybody ever gonna find out about good movies that like
Exactly.
this? So tell your friends, share the video, like, comment, subscribe. All that jazz, we already mentioned all our social media outlets, so yeah.
If you have any suggestions, let us know. We love to watch new movies or rewatch old ones that you think that don't get enough credit, like this one that we're, kind of putting out there. Let us know. We'll definitely watch it and we'll give our honest opinion about it.
Grease.
Everybody's seen Grease.
Nah, but all right, well,
other than
that's pretty much it.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Get out of here.
Go watch the movie.
Like the news people do at the end.